to NXT Halloween Havoc, which was a 2-week affair. A bunch of matches happened. Let's start with the Becky Lynch and Lyra Valkyria match. What do you guys think about that? Do you guys, me personally, I thought it was a good match. Lyra Valkyrie was kind of just like unknown unless you watched NXT UK. She kind of built herself up a little bit on the NXT roster. Her and Becky obviously had history, training together back in Ireland, stuff like that. So getting all this backstory, this history there, the match was good. But do you guys, ultimately what I want to ask is, do you guys think that she was the right person to take the title off of Becky Lynch?
I think that she was, because as a character, she definitely has shown leaps and bounds since she debuted on NXT. Because I remember when they did like the first couple of vignettes for her, showing Ireland, about how she's this mystic character and such. And typically these mystic overseas characters that come to WWE, I mean, in the beginning they seem so mysterious and such, and you kind of have to like see what they do in the ring. There's always like a little bit of a language barrier, and it took a couple of months for me to actually warm up to her. But this feud with Becky definitely did heat her up. Daniel, you complained about Becky holding the NXT title for like what purpose? What purpose did it serve? Is it helping anybody? But that's why I feel like she was the perfect opponent, because I think she's made now. Like I actually believe her. Like if she were to lose the title, I wouldn't think of her like a Liv Morgan or a Carmella as somebody that just won the title and then no. Seriously, like with her, like you see her as a legit like top woman in that division now. And if that was the goal with Becky, then it succeeded definitely. So definitely was a great match, and looking forward to see what comes with how they book Lyra now moving forward.
Yeah, I think it was a good move. I only caught some of it. I didn't get to catch the whole thing because somebody also ruined it.
Yeah.
I'm like, haven't seen it. Oh yeah, took the title. I'm like, I haven't watched.
I'm bad about that. Yeah.
But I think like Brian said, I think that's what this is all about. Especially in NXT, it's like you don't want to just keep putting the title on like the same person over and over again. Tiffany Stratton already had her time. I think with the whole Becky thing, yeah, she got the she kind of brought it to Raw, but then was on NXT as well and was just having these matches with Indy Hartwell. Who else did she face?
Tegan Knox,
which I don't know. I don't know. Tegan Knox just kind of doesn't do it for me, but I digress.
She's been hurt too many times.
Huh?
Yeah, she's been hurt too many times.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's just like her character just doesn't do it for me. But anywho,
I mean, it's not really a character. I mean, it's the girl with the shiniest wizard.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Just watch out for the knee brace.
So there is
watch out for the knee brace. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
I feel like they've tried to make her seem like really special. Like, oh, she's got this like can do
fighting spirit.
Like, yeah, but like I've watched her matches and like
it just doesn't have
nothing. It's impressive to me. Like there's not like something that just stands out to me. So. But the Lyra thing, I think the story was definitely what was carrying it, and I think it was just like Brian said, like they got the history, you got all this and that, and she has like this mystique to her, like the whole feather thing and like the creature and all that stuff. So compelling character, and it's just gonna make. I feel like the NXT Women's Division is definitely like a top spot, and honestly, WWE needs to, and other companies, obviously, like AEW needs to like mirror that. Like, AEW might not have like a developmental, but it's just like the more consistently you have these women on TV, the better they're gonna are, the better matches they're gonna have, and it's just like women's matches are great, and we've seen this in the past, and it's like when we see spots like, oh, we see like the stories aren't hitting, or their matches are just like whatever. It's just like no, like. Give us compelling stories, give us good matches, and that's what you're going to see. And I think with the whole Becky thing, like definitely elevated the title, brought great matches out, brought out the best out of other women who haven't had the, most title shots recently. So it definitely she did what she was poised to do. As much as Dan was like, why did she need it? But it's like, look what happened. Look at how, we're recognizing the Indie Hartwells. Now we got the Xia Lees coming out. We got all these other people like who aren't given chances are getting chances, So I think it's definitely I think it was definitely the right call in creating a new star. So
well, sorry to burst your guys' bubble. Great matches.
It didn't need to happen.
Great matches. I like Lyra Valkyrie, but I just thought it was too soon in terms of, even though I didn't like Becky having the title, I don't necessarily think it was right for her to lose it at that time. Because even though we saw Lyra Valkyrie, she fought through that tournament, all the stuff like that, I don't know if it was right for her to win at that moment. I felt like they could have built that a little bit more in terms of, I got to beat basically my icon, right? The person I look up to, right? And I felt like they could have built that a little bit slower. Maybe that would have give it a little bit more shine to me. I don't mind Lyra Valkyrie winning, but it's just like, I don't know if she was necessarily the woman to do it at that point in time. You know what I mean? So, but
yeah,
good matches though. She's bringing out good matches. Of course, we saw Indy Hartwell on Raw go out there and fight and stuff like that. So it's like we're getting those type of women, getting those type of rubs. Maybe we even thought Candice LeRae would have gotten that opportunity as well, because she's been a person that has been very underutilized ever since NXT and stuff like that. So you figured that she would have been in the void of that and stuff like that. Also looking at Xia Li, who's now challenging Becky and basically egging her on and stuff like that. So it's like we're finally seeing Xia Li, and she had that knockout of Candice LeRae that they try to copy back from the day from Mercedes Martinez. Did not have the same effect, but
terrible.
I'm hoping.
Okay, first of all,
I'm hoping that it was.
You mentioned that comparing the two. Was the Mercedes Martinez one was legit, wasn't it? Wasn't that not a planned spot? Like, what didn't she legit get concussed?
I don't know. I can't remember. Like, I remember at the time it looked.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Mercedes legit got concussed, and they tried to use that, like people who watched NXT Black and Gold back in the day will remember that Xia Li, that same move is what Xia Li used to with Candice LeRae. My whole thing about these concussion spots now, I mean, with how concussions are in sports now, you see it in the NFL and in the NBA, and how like serious they can be now with CTE and everything. You can still do it, but like it has to be done perfectly. Like that to me wasn't done perfectly.
No.
because even though the referee didn't put up the X and all that stuff, so you kind of had like a sense that like it wasn't legit.
Yeah. Like it was work.
It's just like concussions are just one of those things that you can't really like play around with. So when you do stuff like this, like you have to be sure that like it's like
they could have done, and to say what you're saying, like they could have done a different route. She could have kicked her in the rib or something like that, and played that type of injury or something like that. Like that probably would have been more effective to me.
But she literally could have done the same thing and just got like, knocked her out, pinned her, and won. Like
or a knockout, like a knockout victory. Rather than just like calling a match like that.
The only reason I say that is because freaking Malachi Black had the same move, and that was his finish. So it's like people who can do this type of like
it's no different than like
move a set. Why are you not like?
It's no different than
it the same way,
than a big boot. Like just play it off like that, but
because it was just so weird. Like, okay, is she actually hurt? She's stumbling, but then it's like people aren't really running out. And then afterwards, she's just like, I'm fine. It's like
this is nothing. Is Xia Li doing this on purpose? Like, is that a part of her character now? Like, is she trying to knock people out?
People,
like, is that her thing now? Like, I don't know.
Like the villain from Bloodsport. Like,
that dude used to be crazy, man.
Yeah,
like, I remember him in all the movies and shit like that.
Huge, breaking dudes' arms and legs and shit.
Like that should be her. That should be her thing.
That should be. I mean, that would be a very interesting gimmick. But like all of us have said, she needs to reform that stable that she had.
Yes, that was such a like
Boa and with the
pillow chick
who they call Wendy Chu now. who hasn't been featured on TV. I mean, yeah, they just need to reassemble that group with her as like the face of it again. Because
is Boa even still in WWE, or did he get released?
He is. Yeah, I checked it because when I saw that, I instantly went back and watched like their NXT vignettes, which were awesome.
So good. They never revealed
that's what they were
actually building. They were actually building it. Like, so it was like, okay, what are they doing here? Is this like some
2.0 just murdered it all?
Those vignettes were like vicious. Like, yo, they were getting their asses beat. Like they were getting tortured, both of them. Like, so, I actually, vicious.
It was compelling, and it was like, okay, this is going to be something her towards the NXT title, whatever the case may be. Boa is going to be in the mix and stuff like that, and it just never happened. But Boa is still on NXT. He's on NXT Level Up, I believe. I was reading that. But it's just like, yeah, that would be more compelling. And now, even when I was thinking about this, especially with the whole Shinsuke Nakamura thing, looking for a new victim and all that stuff, I was just thinking like they should form some type of group and take out people and be badasses.
I've been hearing some rumblings about that.
Really? Is it like actually a thing?
No, about like, because you know how it was Tozawa that challenged him, but I guess him like needing a new challenge or a sacrifice. They're thinking, it might be at Survivor Series, and they think, who might be coming back, and where is it? And I was watching, they were like, it could either be two things. It could either be Randy Orton coming back, or it could be CM Punk, even though he's been like trying to dodge all that and all those rumors and everything. But it's like that's what CM Punk does. He never is gonna like be like tell you like, I'm coming back. It's like,
But first of all, I don't want to get off on NXT just yet, but it's just like for Shinsuke, I don't want that for him. Like he's gonna job to Randy Orton and CM Punk now. Like
if it's those guys, I feel like he could take the loss and still be a threat. Like because he'll have a great match either way, but.
But it's just like
I think because we're all Shinsuke fans, we just want him to win.
I don't want that.
Exactly. You just want him to be
exactly what it is. Should have won that damn title.
I'm just saying again, WWE just put him, Xia Li, Boa, add somebody else, Wendy Chu, whatever the case may be. Isn't she injured? But anyway, just form some type of fraction and have them just kick ass. That's all you need to do. Have them be like a House of Black type thing. Just have them kick ass and be awesome. And it's like, I don't know. Yeah. But Becky Lynch, I feel like, she's been doing great things, especially in NXT. Again, I was questioning it beforehand. We did get some good matches out of it. I just feel like at this point in time, I don't feel like it was the right time for her to lose it to Lyra. I felt like they could have built something there a little bit. And especially with Rhea Ripley on the main, we saw on Raw that Becky Lynch is obviously targeting the title in her promos and stuff like that. And I'm like, I don't think necessarily right now is the right time for her to try to go after it. I feel like they could still use her in NXT to continue helping.
Nah, it's time.
I don't think it's time yet for Becky and Rhea. Not yet.
That's what I'm saying.
That needs to be saved. That needs to be saved.
You still have the match that
we're like Mania or the Rumble?
No, Mania. No,
really?
Yes, it does. Becky Lynch and Rhea. I don't even think that match has even happened yet. It's too big. It's too big to just throw it away on one of their shows. Now, if you want to do it at the Rumble, okay, that's a big show.
I feel like
it has to be Rumble or Mania. It can't be.
I feel they could have several like matches leading up to it.
Hold on, I just thought of something. I actually just thought of something. Maybe not the Rumble, maybe not Mania. What is that show that they're doing it in Australia?
Elimination Chamber.
Earth.
Yeah. Then if that's the case, then that needs to be the main event. Then, in Australia,
Can Rhea hold the title that long and get there?
Yeah.
With all these challenges down her back.
She's too busy leading Judgment Day and doing Judgment Day business and messing around with Dom.
She's not the leader.
Defending the title, so
she's not the leader. There's no leaders.
Hence why she's in this fatal five-way. These four competitors represent the four title matches that she should have had in those previous months, but she was doing Judgment Day business. So it adds up. And talking about to go back to NXT Halloween Havoc.